see the way they hate. And I know better than to listen to the people who are calling us slaves. I can feel the sunlight shining.
Well, good morning. It's Monday, February 3rd, 2025, and welcome to episode 824 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything's always filter-free. I'm Brian, your host, and today I'm enjoying a Honduran light roast from foodforestfarms.com, where you can get 10% off with discount code LOTS10, and the shipping is always free. While you're there, check out C4 Club. Absolutely fantastic value on coffee. If you enjoy coffee and you haven't tried air-roasted coffee, you should try it today. If you have enjoyed air-roasted coffee, you know how good it can be. Check out C4 Club. You can't beat a better price. Anyway, today I'll be talking about some free Bitcoin, where I'm finding free Bitcoin. If you want to start stacking and you don't have the money you want to put into it, if you aren't sold on it, but you would be willing to accumulate for free, I got a few places I'm earning. I'm giving away that Blockstream Jade. I got a new app that I'm giving a whirl. I talked about it in the Telegram group, I think maybe on the show last week, but I'm going to dive in a little further with that, and then we'll see what else comes up. But first, let's head over into the live chat, see who's hanging out, and get going for the day. Sorry, guys, needed that real quick. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone? Good morning, Jim in early. Oh, John in way early. Good morning, good day, and good week to you, John Palmer. Jim, good morning to you. Jim was going to be in with the Jade drawing. He's stacked the deck for sure. I forgot to get that all set up on here too. I'll have to do that now. But Blockstream Jade, thanks for stopping, Jim. Thanks for all the clips. I appreciate that for sure. Oh no, this is just computer's acting kind of wonky today, guys. So if everything shuts down in the middle of this, I wouldn't be surprised. But thanks, Jim, for stopping in. Rewilder Life, good morning. I saw over in Telegram chat she's cleaning a closet cleaning and organizing a closet while she's listening this morning. I appreciate you turning your ears on for me. And Hunter over on Twitch as always, and over on Nostr. Looks like Jim popping in over on Nostr. That man is everywhere. Technological genius. I got a bunch of I think my nose got caught up, so I was going to talk about this a little later, but when I told you guys the story about bringing the solar panels back, I mentioned that I had to fold some up and throw them into the back of the truck, and there was glass everywhere. And so I have been avoiding emptying it out. I have some things in there that go along with the trailer. I got to get over. I'm going to do that today. Hopefully things have dried out enough, but it's been raining just enough to keep the area where I parked the trailer all slick and muddy. I think it was more because it froze and then was thawing out. But there's just all sorts of glass shards all over the back of the truck. So I've been avoiding opening it up and unloading it here in the driveway just to avoid all the glass in the driveway where we take the dogs out and things like that. Yesterday, I was trying to fix something in the camper, and I knew the tool I needed was in the back of the truck. And I was like, I can get it. I just open it up. I can look in. I can reach straight down and grab it. And so I started dicking around. I was trying to grab it out of the toolbox, and I looked at my hand, and my hand was just covered with sparkly glass dust. So I have all these little, they look like zits almost. And I was checking them out last night. I got like one on my nose here, one on my nose up here, one on the back of my hand. They're little shards of glass. And I'm wondering if they've been there since I made the trip to get the solar panels. I don't know. But yeah, it's been interesting. So glad there haven't been any that popped up in my eyes, knock on wood, for sure. I think that I gotta get that. It'll be interesting to try to get all the glass out of all the things in the back of the truck. it was just a disaster. The more I think about it, the more I feel like I probably should have just left the broken panels on the side of the highway, but I'm not gonna litter and trash like that. So we will see. We will see what happens. It is what it is. I noted I was messing around with this one here on the side of my nose this morning, and then because I got the glass out of it last night, so I know that one was a little glass in there. I was able to pull that out, and then notice I got maybe another one up there. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Tiny, tiny, tiny shards. So anyway, let's get back to it. Should we give the Jade away and then Jim can go back to bed? So I ran a contest. If you've listened to the show, you know, ran a contest. All you had to do was go over to Fountain and clip an episode of Director Detour, or an episode of Director Detour, or one of a select few episodes of this show. And it was open for about a month, maybe a little bit more. The participation was completely within this group. Within the group, the Telegram group, the people that are consistently listening in the mornings, and I appreciate anybody that went over and wanted a chance at that Jade. It turned out we had 4 people get in. The entry amount was a little skewed. Jim clipping over there all the time. My show, other shows, it's fantastic how much Jim supports content creators he listens to. Jim ended up with Good morning, Chris Dixon. Thanks for stopping in. So Jim ended up with 30 entries into the drawing. Jim made 30 clips of this show and the morning show, and Director Detour over the time entry. Chris Dixon just stopping in. He ended up with six entries, made 6 clips. Hunter made the bare minimum, and Aaron also in there with the 1 clip. And all you needed is $1 in a dream to win the Jade. So I've made up one of these little spinning wheels, free spinning wheels. I entered everybody's name in. If you guys want to really take and look, hold on one second, guys. All right, I think I'm back. I don't know what's going on with the internet signal this morning, but it is not working that well, it looks like. But you can look and see all the names are there. If you want to try to count them, you can. But I'm going to go ahead and spin this wheel, give away a Blockstream Jade that I've been trying to figure out for quite a while how to give it away, and this was what I came up with. But here we go. Spin the wheel, round and round it goes. Who's going to win it? Oh, wow. Did you guys hear that fancy little music on there? That was interesting. Now I lost my tab. I can't get back to my tab that the show is on. Jim wins. Jim wins the Blockstream Jade. Jim, I will message you. We will we will get that mailed off to you. I think I actually have your mailing address saved from some other stuff. So I appreciate everybody who entered, and congratulations, Jim. Do you have a Blockstream Jade currently? Do you have a hardware wallet you are using currently? Hunter says it was rigged. I mean, it was rigged because he went and made 30 clips and you fools only made 1. So yeah, it was rigged by him. Congratulations, Jim. Your Blockstream Jade is right here. Let me get it. There it is. It'll be on its way to you. Jim wants to make a speech. Jim, I can read your speech for you as it comes in. Jim says, first off, he would like to thank the Academy. The Academy of what? I'm not sure. But anyway, thanks for you folks that jumped in. Chris Dixon, I'm sorry you got up early and joined the show just to find out that Jim won the the drawing. But anyway, Jim has the new Blockstream Jade. Speaking of Blockstream Jade, it holds Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now is on sale, guys. If you see it there, we got Bitcoin's on sale down 95,000. Took a little tanker last night. I don't even want to say tanker. Went down a little bit. I think they're saying it's because of the tariffs between Canada, Mexico, China. I don't know. Where did Chris Dixon says it's all right because he had to pee anyway. I was going to talk about that, but yeah, probably not. I think he put tariffs on Canada, Mexico, China, everywhere. Did he just do everywhere, anywhere that we trade with? Did he put a tariff on, and then we're gonna renegotiate out of them? I feel like this is what happened last time he took office. Didn't he throw out a bunch of tariffs and then say he struck deals with everybody, and then the tariffs went away? I don't remember how it went down, but it seems vaguely familiar. Jim says he grabbed some coin at 93,000 last night. Chris Dixon, I saw he was wishing for 80K. He wanted his 80K alert to go off, but didn't quite make it. But anyway, Bitcoin is what it is. It's going to do what it's going to do. But I think if you have been listening at all to this show, if you've been paying attention to Bitcoin at all over the last, few years, 5 years or less, I think you probably are getting to a point where you're like, maybe I should think about this stuff. Maybe I should look into it. But it's so expensive. It's so expensive. First off, you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. You don't need to go and spend $95,000 to get one. It's not one or done. You can break it down into fractions of a Bitcoin. 100 million. I believe I got that number right again. 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin. Satoshis are the smallest unit of measure at the moment for Bitcoin. And I have been using a few different apps to earn Satoshis for free for quite a while now. I've some for years and some for months. I've been looking at them, trying to decide if they. Chris Dixon says $5 a day reoccurring buy will get you there eventually. It will. It will. $5 a day is $150 a month. $155 a month, or depending, maybe February, $140 a month. But yeah. Do you have $140 a month? Do you have $150 a month to put at it? Honestly, some people don't. So I've been searching out for some places to just stack some free sats. Hunter says $3.33 a day is $100 a month. Add in 950 months, you'll have a Bitcoin, right? Actually, I saw a post on Nostr the other day, and I'll get to these apps here in a second. I saw a post on Nostr that said what life-changing amounts of Bitcoin could possibly be in the future. And it was shocking to see how little Bitcoin you'll need to have life-changing money. Life-altering money, I guess. It wasn't much. And the scary part is, if you look back at, say, Nostr, when I signed up for Nostr a couple years ago, and Bitcoin was, 20, 40, 30 grand. 30 grand. And people were zapping. Zapping, if you don't use Nostr, is a way to send micropayments of Bitcoin between users anonymously or not so anonymously, depending on how you do it. But people were zapping what this prediction says would be life-changing amounts of Bitcoin. They were sending it because a note was funny, because the person posted a meme, because they wrote something insightful or whatever. But the amount of Bitcoin being exchanged now, looking at this list, and probably then too, it's not like this was a revelation all in the last month or so or whatever, but people were sending what possibly, and this is all hypothetical. It's not a given for sure, but math says it is, and I like math. But life-changing amounts of Satoshis, and it wasn't much. 20,000 Satoshis, 2,000 Satoshis, things like that. So stacking a little bit for free where you can, whether you can't buy it or not, or if you just want to stack up extra sats and put them away, having more can never hurt. If you have a paycheck, but you got your neighbor likes to drop $1 in your mailbox every day, are you going to tell them to stop because you don't want that dollar, or are you going to take it and you're going to do something with it? These free sats can be just piled up and saved away in a cold wallet. They could be used on Nostr and Fountain and other value for value exchange services and protocols. Like Jim, thanks for the zap over on Nostr. Jim sent me directly and the show 1,000 sats in the chat over there. Actually, 1,033 sats. Jim sends that almost every time the show is on, and I appreciate that greatly. And that helps me pay to send the show to Nostr, excuse me. But that's things you can use these free sats for. I want to participate on Nostr. I want to participate on Fountain. I want to be able to send creators sats, but I don't want to buy them. I don't have the money to put towards that. I don't know how to buy Bitcoin. Well, these apps are going to let you accumulate that, send it, and you never even have to put your bank account in to anything. You can take them. You can take them then to Nostr. You can take them to Fountain. You can spend them there. You can send them creators, or you can do like Jim and get yourself a Blockstream Jade, send those away and let them sit, and in 5 years look at them and go, oh, wow, I'm glad I signed up for that app back in 2025. All right. First one on the list I got here is the new one I've been trying out for the last couple months. And the links for these are all in the video description, in the audio description. I'll try to get at them in the chat here as we talk about them. But the first one I've been using is Ember. I think Ember Fund, Ember as in EMBER, like the ember, the spark to a flame. I believe some of my Canadian friends are using this app. So it seems to currently be available in the United States and Canada, from what I can tell. Like I can only speak to I can only speak to the United States, but I believe that some of my Canadian folks are using it. Hunter says, I like Ember. I lost 4,000. I lost 4K. Yeah, so it is a little, there's some ins and outs to it. I want to talk about it today. But basically what Ember is a group mining operation. I think. I'm not quite positive yet how it all works, but it is working. I looked this morning. I just crossed 40,000 Satoshis. So if you take that rough 100,000 number, multiply it out, and multiply it out and you get around $40. So I've been using it less than 2 months. I signed up in the middle of January, I believe. Beginning middle of January, so less than 2 months. Or excuse me, I don't remember the day I signed up. It's been a little less than 2 months, so it would have been middle of December. I might have downloaded it. I didn't really dial in and mess around with it till January, trying to get a month's worth of earnings. I think I'm going to be up in the $20 to $30 a month when I get it really smoothed out. Like Hunter says, he lost 4,000. One of the tricks with Ember is you earn daily. So you log onto the app, you go on, you hit a button, and it starts calculating. Depending on how many people you get to use your affiliate link, if you got friends, family, other people, anybody that's into Bitcoin or anybody that wants to start learning Bitcoin, they can use your link. When they're earning, you're earning more. It accumulates at a higher rate. But even if you just sign up yourself, you're going to start accumulating. As you accumulate, there are minimum thresholds to withdraw. It gets kind of wonky and it sounds complicated to explain, but once you start using it, it's not that bad. You can only withdraw certain times of the month. I think that's depending on when you sign up. They just they need to have a fund, I believe, to let people withdraw. And then you also have to spend your Satoshis in a game to earn them. So basically, you earn credits and then you use the credits to play some of their games or different functions on the app, and you win Bitcoin. I don't know if they can directly let you earn it. I think there's some stuff in there, and then there's also the chance you're going to lose it. Like Hunter says, he lost 4K. Hunter's wife here. Hello, I miss your voice. Yes. Well, for a slight fee, I could record you voice messages in the morning and send them to you. I'm always open for hire. And says she's mad I'm doing it only on Mondays. Chris Dixon says Ember is fun. I think I'm about 21,000 sats, about $21. Just log in and reset the mining. Yeah. And then you have to play a game. I've been experimenting. I think there's a game called Crash that you got to use the app to see. But basically, if you don't get greedy, if you don't try to multiply your winnings, and this is the key, like if you are happy with what you're earning and you just try to keep even on the games, you're really going to come out a little bit ahead or even. I rarely lose more than I accumulate. You just have to be smart about it. You have to pick the games. I think Plinko, Hunter says Plinko can go kick rocks. Plinko is a pretty straightforward one. And if you watch the patterns, you can kind of figure it out a little bit. And then Crash is a decent game on there to keep your sats even. There are also ways you can go in and you have to explore the app. If you download the app and you have questions, you're more than welcome to reach out to me, but it's an easy way to start. Jim says the free tournaments pay. That's another thing. Free tournaments. I was just going to talk about the tournaments. Tournaments are a little, it's interesting. You have to go in and explore the app, but trust me, $40 in Bitcoin in a couple months isn't anything to throw away. 40,000 Satoshis for basically going in. And I guess it uses some of your power of your phone. I think my battery dies a little quicker. And yeah, I got to go in and press the button once a day. And yeah, I got to play a stupid game to get my Satoshis. But for $40 in Bitcoin, which in 6 months might be $60 in Bitcoin or $80 in Bitcoin, or who knows, depending on the price. That's the thing. You're getting Satoshis, and the value of those are going up. If you had earned 40,000 Satoshis in 2018 when the price was $17,000, you'd be looking at, what is that, 5x, 200,000, so $200. If you had been doing that consistently for the last 3 years, it all adds up. It all adds up. So check out Ember, the Ember app. If you're not using it yet, referral code there gets me a little bump in my earnings, and I can help you get going on your Ember journey. You can just message me or email me, whatever. The second one I've been talking about for a long time. Actually, I've been using it for 30 months now. 30 months is the Fold card. The Fold debit card is only America. I know the Canadian folks up there have ShakePay. I do not have a ShakePay affiliate, but if Chris, or I think Chris might be the only Canadian in here right now. Chris, if you want to throw your ShakePay link, I don't think you can post it in the chat, but if you want to post it over on Telegram, if you want, if you don't, no big deal. You're more than welcome to post it, and I'll transfer it over here into the chat and then into the video notes for the Canadian folks that want to use ShakePay. There's similar services from what I understand. The Fold gift card, if you're in the US and you're not using it and you're at all remotely interested in Bitcoin, get it. Get the free version at a minimum off the top. If you get it and you link your you get your card, you make a deposit on the card, and you use it, you're going to get 20,000 Satoshis off the top. I'm going to get 10,000 Satoshis because of that, because of the referral bonus. That's $20. $20 is $20. But that's $20 just for signing up, for grabbing the card, for linking your bank account. I wouldn't worry about that. I've been using it for 30 months now. I've had no issues. John Palmer says 254,446 sats on Fold so far. Yeah, I'm pushing that 300,000 or 3 million, excuse me. Hold on 1 second. I got a solid stack of sats here for free from Fold. This is just from buying gift cards, from using my Fold card, from spinning, and I'll tell you that the rewards have changed over the 30 months, and they have to in order to stay solvent. They just can't give away the farm. But at the beginning, you have venture capital, you have money to onboard people. Right now, the rewards are what they are. Basically, I've said since the beginning, anytime they change the rules, stop and look at the rules, figure it out how to maximize the rewards system that they're putting out there. Do it until they change the rules again. I've earned 2,765,000 Satoshis for using the card and the daily spin and buying gift cards and pre-planning a little bit how I'm going to spend my money. If I'm going to be buying stuff on Amazon, I need to send the money to the Fold card and buy a gift card and then use the gift card on Fold. You get 3% back on your purchases. There's bill pay modes. There's all sorts of different ways to accumulate those Satoshis. I can walk you through it. I can help you figure out your own personal situation, what makes sense for you, or you can jump on and do it yourself, but I highly recommend it. All right, I got Chris's ShakePay link over here. Hold on 1 second, guys. So if you guys are in Canada and you're watching the video and you want to use ShakePay, check this out. It's not for US people, just Canada. And I will get that in the audio notes also. Thanks, Chris, for dropping that in there. But I can go through personally with you if you want, or you can just use it and figure it out on your own. But the Fold card, it just keeps paying. It just keeps paying Satoshis. I didn't know how it was going to work out when I started. I got the card. I started using it. I started messing around with it. I was putting all the Satoshis in a dedicated wallet. And then I got nervous about how much I had in a software wallet. And I ended up putting it into my hardware wallet because, I mean, I'm up to almost 3 million Satoshis. That's $3,000 in free Satoshis in a year, 2.5 years. That's not bad. That's not bad. What is that a day? I got a calculator right here. We can figure it out. We got 365 times 2.5. 912. Riveting audio. Looking at like $3 a day. That's I think that goes to that. Oh wait, that's more than $3 a day. I should have done that math before, but anyway, it's a significant amount daily in Satoshis for swiping my card. I have to buy the stuff anyway. I mean, I don't have to buy the stuff anyway. I'm going to buy the stuff anyway. I'm going to go to Kroger and buy. Chris Dixon says math is funnier than meth. Yeah, sometimes. I'm going to buy groceries. I'm going to buy groceries at Kroger here because it seems like the best grocery store I've found. Why not get 2.5% back on my Kroger gift cards? Because that's how you earn the most back. On my Kroger gift cards, I'm going to buy them through Fold. Get my 2.5%, 3%. Right now, you get 3% back if you buy a $500 gift card. If you buy a $50, $100, or $250 gift card, you get 2.5% back. That's my around $9.60 a day. That's it. Thanks, John. Hunter says he used it for Home Depot gift cards and buy stuff for work at Home Depot. I get paid back in cash. I get paid in Satoshis. Exactly. Things like that. Amazon, like I said. Chris Dixon says there's no physical card with Shake Pay, though, Apple Pay or Google. I mean, it is what it is. It sounds like Fold is spinning up a credit card also. If I'm reading their email marketing, their surveys they're asking, it feels like they're getting ready to launch a credit card too. It is what it is. Chris Dixon says it's fine. It's just a disclaimer. I mean, it is. You want to know what you're getting into. I think Fold, even without the gift card or even without the physical card, but the physical card is fantastic because you also earn on select locations when you swipe the card there. If you use it for ACH pay, automatic, is it ACH? The whatever payment. I haven't really figured out exactly. So I swipe the card some places and use it as a debit card and you don't get rewards. I swipe it other places and they don't ask for a debit. And I believe that's a credit payment and a bank, essentially a bank transfer. And I do get rewards back for that. But the biggest rewards on Fold are buying gift cards. Like if you're not looking at where you're spending money and scrolling through the gift cards on Fold, and Fold Plus is another option. I didn't mention that. Fold is free to sign up for. There's plenty of rewards to be made. Free account. There is also Fold Plus, and I have to admit I've been a Fold Plus member since the beginning. It was $100 a year, and I just told you I've earned $3,000 in 2.5 years. So I think it paid for itself. The Fold Plus bonuses, the rewards back on gift cards, some of the deals are available to Fold Plus, not Fold, but Fold is definitely worth it, especially if you want to get your feet wet and you want to test it out without having to pay. But I highly suggest the Fold Plus and just making yourself use it to earn enough to make it worth it. But anyway, if you don't, Jim says every time I go to Amazon, I go to Fold first. Yeah, it is. It's an easy, free way to earn Bitcoin. Stack them up. You can withdraw it. I believe there's a minimum to withdraw. I usually do it once a month. I have an alarm on my phone. I just go in and hit earn or hit withdraw. They also have some pretty cool reoccurring buy features. I think reoccurring buy, I don't use it on that app specifically, but they also have a roundup feature where you can round up your purchases, and you can also multiply that roundup, and it saves it off to the side, and then it'll purchase Bitcoin whenever it gets into a preset amount. So if you spend $1.24 and you have roundup on, you not round up as in the pesticide, as in rounding up the purchase, you was that 76 cents goes into the pot. If you have the 2x turned on, that throws $1.62 into the pot. I think you can go up to 5x, so you can really be stacking without knowing it, with just rounding up your purchases that you do on Fold. So there is that. They're adding stuff all the time. And like I said, every time they add stuff, the rules change a little bit. And basically, I suggest you just go in, figure out how the rules changed, or get a hold of me. I try to keep an eye on that. I try to maximize it as much as I can. But you just go in and figure it out. Adjust your life a little bit. And then don't say you can't afford to buy Bitcoin. So that's another one that I highly recommend. Ember, I'm just starting out with. That could fall apart. I would give it a try while it's working. Fold, long-term, yes. Long-term, yes. And I think the people that have used it and realized the power of it will definitely agree with that. Same with ShakePay if you're up in Canada. Like I said, Chris's link will be in the notes. Another one I've been using, I talked about on here, is Fountain and Wavelake. Fountain, their podcast apps, their music apps, they're in the Value for Value network. I use them both as a creator and a consumer of content, audio content, podcast or music. Wavelake is kind of more featured around music, and Fountain is focused more on podcasts, I would say, but they're both kind of emerging into the other markets too, where Fountain's playing a lot more music and Wavelake is getting into podcasts. Got a question about Ember real quick. Hunter says, did you withdraw last month from Ember? I have a pending withdrawal from Ember. My app, I was required to withdraw at the last 2 weeks of the month, excuse me. And then it delays. I think it's scheduled to come out on Saturday, on the 7th of February. So it was like 2 weeks, a week. I don't know. But yes, I have a pending withdrawal for my first 20,000 Satoshis. And then it takes a while. So I think it's stack it. I think it's a stack it and play the games to get the free Bitcoin. But if I'm going to be making $30 to $40 a month in free Bitcoin, it's going to be worth just hitting the button every day and jumping through the hoops to make it valid and to withdraw it. So we'll see if it withdraws, but I'm not too nervous that it's not going to happen. So I have yet to put a single penny into it, so anything that comes out of it is free for me, I guess, and an experiment. So Fountain, Wavelake, I'm not sure if Fountain is how much they're doing their pay to stream stuff. I do know that podcasts and music are currently promoting things on Fountain and Wave Lake. It's a small stream of Satoshis coming out, I believe. Jim makes tons of clips. I don't know if Jim makes any Satoshis off his clips of any of his shows, but there's a functionality where you can clip and share clips, and people can send value for value to those. And I also, like I said, you can use your Ember sats. You can use these sats you're finding for free other places to go, transfer them to your Fountain account or your Wave Lake account, and reward creators for the stuff, directly reward creators for the things that they're putting out there. So Fountain and Wave Lake, there's still some opportunity to accumulate some sats. All right, John, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you're gonna catch that replay later. Jim says he's gotten a few sats here and there. Nothing significant on Fountain. I think they're just it's a great way to support the creators you like, the podcasters, the musicians, and yeah, I don't know if it's a huge place to stack sats. Another place I've been stacking for a while, and I go to it, I go back and forth. I use it for a while and then I don't. It's just not really the medium of content I like to participate in. But Stacker News, I believe it's a similar to a Reddit. I never really got into Reddit. I never really got into Substack. But it's similar to these. Stacker News, basically you post text. You post articles, you post write-ups. There's different categories. There's a photo section, but basically people reward you with Satoshis when they read it, with view traffic, things like that. It's a simple, easy account to sign up for, and then you just earn Bitcoin by posting or commenting on different other people's posts. It's interesting. I get into it. Like I said, I start using it. I'll use it for a little bit, and then it's just really not my medium of content I like to consume or put out. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Every once in a while, I get a bug up my ass to write an article or something like that, and I'll post it over there, and I'll make a little bit of Satoshis here. If you're into writing, if you're into writing blog posts, article posts, things like that, you might want to check out Stacker News. Oh, I just that was ShakePay. Whoops. Hold on. Where did that go? Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Somehow I deleted I deleted the ShakePay link. Hold on, or the Stacker News link, and deleted the Stacker News link and copied Chris's ShakePay link. Here is the Stacker News link in the notes, and I'll get it back in the video notes over here. Let me write myself a note to get it back in there. So Stacker News, like I said, it's a basically a blogging site. I can bring it up here. Share screen. I went away from doing this every day, and it just gets okay. So here you go. You see, I got a balance of about 2,000 Satoshis in there. Got your price of Bitcoin up at the top, but this is the hot, You can get the most active posts on here. You can play Lightning Roulette. You got articles. Will Doge cut the 1 trillion federal deficit? Is sugar the new smoking? The hard problem of Bitcoin. You can go and search recent. Recent. Did this end up on the screen? It didn't fucking end up on the screen. It's a rough day, guys. Rough day. There you go. It's on the screen now. There, you can see. It's basically like a Reddit or a Substack type of thing. You click on, you got article written. You can write comments. You can zap it. You can send satoshis to it. You can share it. It's just it's a pretty cool little place if you're into blogging, if you're into writing articles, things like that, where you can earn a little bit of earn a little Bitcoin for doing that, and also browsing and participating in the community. So check out Stacker News. And then the last one I want to talk about is Nostr. You can earn Bitcoin on Nostr. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, it's a microblogging platform. It's actually expanding. It's not a platform. It's protocol. The apps you use and the clients you use to access it determine what kind of form it takes. The most popular ones right now are microblogging, similar to X, where you're posting short form notes, pictures in your notes, things like that. There's new clients developing all the time, new apps developing all the time. There's an Instagram clone app that's being developed. It's still kind of buggy. It's working-ish, but it'll be photos. There's long form contents. There's all, the list goes on, and they're developing all the time. Friends of mine are actually developing a direct encrypted SMS style chat app. No frills, basically going to have a wallet in it. But it'd be like a one-on-one chat type. They said eventually there might be functionality for groups, but we know we tried a little bit of the Ox chat experiment with our community. The Ox chat app is developing more. It might be worth giving a try soon. But basically, Nostr, anyone can send you Bitcoin for anything, really. But basically, posts, people, instead of liking them, can send micropayments of satoshis. And if you follow the ethos of posting more, creating more than you consume, it's something that I try to do, and I circle back to quite a bit when I find myself doom scrolling and things like that on social media. Is I focus on trying to create more than I consume. So spend more time making posts than reading and scrolling. You're going to come out ahead on Nostr if you put value out there. If you put quality content, if you put funny, if it's engaging in some way, whether it's funny, entertaining, educational, make somebody think, make somebody angry. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can provide value, but you're going to earn satoshis there. Your philosophy on what you do with them is up to you, but there is always the opportunity to put them back into the circular economy. There's you can zap other people. You can send that value to others that you find value in their posts. You can do that with part or all or none of the stuff, the satoshis you earn. There's also emerging marketplaces on Nostr. They're not quite, they're almost there, I would say, getting closer than they have been. But basically where you could earn satoshis from posting and use those to buy physical or digital goods from other creators on there. I'm excited to buy some new soap from one of the people that I interact with consistently on Nostr. There's also some other people that are selling all sorts of stuff on there. It's just developing those marketplaces, developing the infrastructure to handle it is it's a big task. And this is all open source. This is all privately funded. This is all it's all happening on its own, and it's pretty awesome to watch. It's really interesting to have somebody reach out and say, hey, check out my client that I'm putting together. Would you use it? Tell me every time it crashes. Tell me when it doesn't work. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass. And yeah, it sucks. Oh, I'm not going to lie. It's frustrating. But when you give that feedback to the developer and 2 weeks later you're using their app or their client and it's running smoother, it's working better, it's manageable now, and then you give a little bit more feedback and a bunch of other people give feedback and that developer works his ass off, and a month later it's working even better, and then 6 months later it's unrecognizable because it's so much better. And you can go, man, I remember when I downloaded the 0.0.1 version of this, and now we're up to the 6.5.2 version of this. There's been this much improvement, this much functionality has been added. It's running the way it should. It's something cool to be part of. Not cool like now I'm like Fonzie. It's satisfying to help something like this develop and to help share it when it's working well. And when it gets, the one thing it does is it does get frustrating when you participate in this and then someone comes in and is like, this is so hard, this doesn't work, and you want to be like, it does, it really does, more than it did. This is all in its infancy, guys. This is all so new and so developing. Be patient. Be patient. See the value and see the potential in what it is and what it can be, and show a little grace and be patient with it. And I think it's a good place to be right now. I'm glad that that I stumbled across it. Oh, cheap viewers over on Twitch. Sweet. I'm glad I stumbled across Nostr a couple years ago. I think I'm coming up on my 2-year Nostr anniversary in March. It's been a crazy 2 years. It's been watching things develop, watching the onboarding process. I've talked to Nicole Sauce about an onboarding webinar on how to get started on Nostr. And every time we talk about doing it, the things change. I've done a couple of onboarding videos. I don't even know if they're relevant anymore. It's hard to keep up with the improvements. I put a message out yesterday and asked people what onboarding resources they're using, because I know some people are doing some onboarding websites where basically you can go there, it explains what Nostr is, and it handholds you through getting set up. It helps you create your npub and your nsec, your public and private keys. It explains how to save them, why you save them. It helps you get started with what apps you can use, what clients you can find, and Relays helps you get those set up. It explains all of this and walks you through it step by step. The one that was the most popular was something here, let me grab it, called start.njump.me. Chris Dixon says not to be confused with waterboarding, for sure. This one is called start.njump.me. I walked through it, set up a dummy account, basically took, I mean, obviously I know what I'm doing already, but it basically took, a couple minutes. couple minutes. It gets you started. The thing about Nostr is you don't need an email address. You don't need any of that to sign up, a phone number, or nothing like that. So you can do this over and over. You can set one up, mess around with it, and if you quote unquote mess it up or you don't like what's going on, you can scrap it and try again. You can have as many identities on Nostr as you want. You can be as public about who you are, as private as who you are. Basically, if you have a burner phone, you could have an account on Nostr that is in no way whatsoever linked to you unless you make it linked to you. So there's lots of possibilities there. There really are, depending on your motivations, your intents, and things like that. So there is a lot of possibilities to Nostr. It's just starting. Like I said, it's just getting rolling. Every day I'm seeing developers talk about, what if we integrated XYZ? How would that look? And reading the comment threads about, well, we could use it for this, we could use it for that, we could use it, and seeing how this is all developing, I think it's going to eat everything else. I think legacy social media are going to go kicking and screaming. I think that there's going to be people that never detach from that. But I think as new functionality and as things smooth out on Nostr, and the onboarding is the biggest thing. If we can smooth out onboarding and get people to try it and explain it, what it is and the value of what it is compared to what they're using and comfortable with, I think that's when you're going to start winning the minds and the hearts of the users. I think the people that are there have already grasped the concept, and that's why they're there. I think you're getting a percentage of people that start using it are understanding the value and the power of it, and they stick around. And the people that are like, this is glitchy and buggy and I can't deal with it, they go away until it's better. And hopefully you get them to try again, and hopefully they like it the next time and it works better for them the next time, and maybe it won't. But I think eventually, with things smoothing out, you're going to increase your retention rate, and then it's going to be a viral exponential growth as people use it, understand it, like it, and spread it to the folks that they want to use folks they also want to use it. So start.njump.me if you are interested in getting started with Nostr. Otherwise, you can always reach out to me, and I'd happily walk you through it. Hunter says, if you want things not to work, let him have a go at it. Hunter is allergic to technology, is what I like to say. Ooh, I think I just found another piece of glass. That one was stuck to my leg. This is gonna be bad, guys. I think it's just stuck to all my clothes and everything. Hunter says I'm a tech tard. Hunter is allergic to technology. I think Corey and Hunter are in the same boat. Corey has told me for years and years and years, and until recently, I always was like, oh, you just don't try enough, or oh, I don't know, you just give up too easy, or something like that. And over the the years that I've been with Corey, I've realized that she has things happen to her technologically that no one ever sees. Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's on her phone, whether it's on any piece of technology she has things happen to her that people have never seen and never see again. Can't recreate. Maybe they can, but can't figure it out. And I've come to understand this about my wife. And then I met Hunter and realized that there are more than just my wife, that that have issues like this. Hunter is also allergic to technology, and Hunter will come up with things that don't work, just like my wife, that no one else possibly could. So I agree with Hunter. If you want to find out why it doesn't work or you want it to break, definitely hand it to him or Corey. So yeah, let's see. Ember, Fold, using Stacker News, checking out Fountain and Wave Lake. Hunter says he helped fix a website this weekend. Oh, geez. You helped fix it, or did you break it and then help fix it? ShakePay, if you're in Canada, using Nostr. If you guys are stacking those sats, or you're already stacking sats, earlier I gave away a Blockstream Jade. Thanks, Jim, for entering in that contest, and also Aaron, Chris, and Hunter. Jim won the Blockstream Jade. If you're looking for a Blockstream Jade, you can go to the link in the video description, get 10% off with code The Lots Project. You can get the Jade or the Jade Plus. Somebody asked me if the Jade Plus was worth the extra money. I said it really depends on what you're going to use it for, how deep you are into Bitcoin, how long you are planning to hold on to it. It is worth it, in my opinion, for my uses, for what I'm looking to get out of it. And I think it's right in line with the other higher end hardware wallets. And I think it provides just as much security, if not more. And their new upgrade on the metal case, the larger screen, the functionality they added is worth the extra cost, in my opinion. They still have the Jade, the regular Jade, which is well underpriced for what I would say. I thought that the Jade itself, since I've been promoting it for a couple of years now, a year and a half now, was completely underpriced. The regular Jade at $70 or whatever it is before the discount, that's a stupid cheap price for what it is. The functionality it has, the security that it provides, it was a no-brainer. The Jade Plus, I think you really think about it a little bit more at the price point, up around that $150, depending on if you get the plastic case or the metal case. But think about what I mentioned earlier, and the fact that 20,000 Satoshis could be, in 20 years, 20,000 Satoshis could be life-changing amount of money. Life-changing. So that's not like $1,000. That's not like $50,000. Like, who knows what it'd be worth when it's considered life-changing amount of money. And it might not be 20 years, but regardless, if you're going to be stacking sats, you're going to be buying Bitcoin, you're going to want to be putting it away, you want it to be secure, get a hardware wallet, learn how to use it, learn the functionality of it, spend a little bit of money securing your long-term storage of assets. It's worth it. It's worth it. Aaron over in the Telegram group said, I got a chance to win this Blockstream, but I should probably pony up and buy one if I don't win it, because he's getting uncomfortable with the balance in his software wallet. And I think that's the point where you buy a hardware wallet, is when you start to get uncomfortable. When you open up your software wallet and go, whew, if I lost my phone and somebody had access to it, so there's two failures. You lost your phone and you didn't have a password on it, and you didn't have a separate password or a two-factor authentication on your software wallet. But if you open that up and you go, man, if something went sideways, if somebody cloned my phone, if somebody SIM swapped me, I'd be hurting cowboy if I lost this amount of money. I think that's the point where you definitely should have a hardware wallet, or start from the beginning. Get into it, buy a little bit, understand how to send and receive it, play around $10, $15, $20. If you're a baller, $100, throw $100 at Bitcoin and mess around with it for a little while. Understand it. And then get yourself a hardware wallet and start stacking away on it. I've talked about my philosophy with it on this show. I think we need to spend it to be able to get it adopted. So I try to earn it. I try to buy it. I try to, hey, Chris Dixon, have a great day with you. Time to mine that fiat. Time to go. Time to go. Make some cars today, would you? Work on some beautiful vehicles. I try to save some. I try to save up some as an intermediate savings and have some pocket cash. So basically Lightning to use on value for value networks, for people that sell things using Bitcoin, things like that. There's a kitty for that. There's an intermediate savings where it's a store of value, not used immediately, not used right away, but more of a long-term, maybe I need it, maybe I don't. And then there's that cold storage, just like your safety deposit box, where that portion goes and just stacks and stacks and stacks. That's just my philosophy. That's what I look at it. I think if everybody just stacked it away and never touched it again, we'd have a tough time adopting it. I could be wrong, but if I use my 3 buckets and I stick to my system, it is what it is. You got to come up with what works for you, but get into it. You have questions, there's plenty of resources out there. I plan on doing a page on the website. I've been working on getting some resources together that are beginner onboarding stuff for Bitcoin. Easy wallets to get started with, easy places to earn it, like we talked about today, easy information to understand the concepts of Bitcoin and where it's going and why it works and things like that. So look for that. I've been working hard on the backside, in the back end of these websites. I got a Delinquent Scully website I'm working on. I got a reformat of the Lost Project site. I'm just not a web guy. It's tough. It is what it is. I'll get it done eventually, but those resources will be coming. Long Spear 84, how you doing? Do you have a long spear? And were you born in 1984? I am doing fine. How are you, sir? Over on Twitch. But anyway, guys. Thanks for that zap over there on Nostr. Appreciate that. I think we're going to wrap up. Let me see. I don't have anything else left on the list. Oh, Director Detour this week. I got today coming out. Got Ben Albert. Wednesday, Drew B. Wilson. I really enjoyed that Drew B. Wilson chat. And then Ken Cox on Friday. You should check out. Director Detour on any pod app, especially Fountain, or directordetour.mtub.pro is another place you can find it. Pip says still working on being a whole coiner before starting to spend sats. Yeah, I struggle with that. I struggle with that. Yeah. I go back and forth. I'll have to say I'm not negative. I'm not buying sats to spend sats. I don't spend more than I spend out of my earnings, let's say, on the value for value exchange. I found other places like these free places to earn Bitcoin. And out of those, they go into the 3 piles. If fiat gets exchanged for Bitcoin, it goes away. What I can earn, what I can find to scrape together for free, that ends up getting divvied up, if that makes sense. So I feel like I got to give in the value for value economy, like on Nostr, people are rewarding me for content. I also feel like I want to give back. I want to reward value, exchange value for value. In the same light, looking at Bitcoin as a means of storing value, I also understand that it's a value for value exchange proposition, that it allows us to exchange value for value instantly, whether that's education, entertainment, whatever you find value in. So it's a tough one. It's a tough one. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, should probably wrap it up. Get going with my day here. It's supposed to be a fantastic weather today. I'm gonna go out, try to get the stuff unloaded out of the back of the truck. Get that glass out of there so I can stop picking it out of my fingers, my arms, my face, and all sorts of other places. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic week. Check out Director Detour. Share this show. Hang out in the Telegram group, t.me/LotsChat. That's t.me/LotsChat. Come over and hang out with all sorts of awesome folks on a day-to-day basis. Bro, I've got Bitcoin PTSD. I was going to buy when it just started, had a wallet and everything. That's lost interest. And yeah, somewhere out there is a hard drive. Yeah, that sucks, dude. That really does. We all have our coulda, woulda, shoulda stories with Bitcoin for sure. Cheers. Have a good day, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm here every Monday, 6 to 7 a.m. Central. Jim says thanks again. You're welcome, Jim. Thanks for all the support. Someone, if anybody had to win it, I guess you were a good choice. Thanks for everything you do to support the show. Otherwise, look down in the video description, look down in the audio description, find those links. Any of those will help support the show. And find me over on Nostr. Hope you have an awesome week. Enjoy it. I'm going to try to get a bunch of shit done, and we'll circle back here and talk again next Monday.